Welcome to the chat. On this Campus Beat episode, we're going to be discussing about social experiences. So ladies, I have a very funny question for you.
Okay.
What is your most memorable social experience while you were in school, or if you're still in school?
Well, my answer is not that funny, but I would say...
It doesn't have to be funny. It doesn't have to be funny. It can be anything.
For me, I was involved in a lot of extracurriculars with the McMaster Students Union and my faculty society. So any social events and gatherings that they organized and that I was a part of was always really memorable for me because I got to know my peers, I got to know my profs, I got to know the campus as a whole. Mm-hmm. So I can't really pinpoint one because I had so many memorable experiences.
Good or bad?
Both, but as we say, all experiences are learning experiences. So yeah. Either way, they contributed to my overall experience at McMaster. So,
were you in any clubs or?
Yeah, so I sat on the Student Representative Assembly for the McMaster Students Union, and I was president of the McMaster Humanities Society for 2 years. So my whole university experience was clubs, was organizations, and that's kind of what defined my time at McMaster. So that's why I can't pinpoint one because there's been so many. I lived and breathed Mac for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
How about you?
So mine's a little different. I went to the University of Guelph, and they have a huge ritual of like painting the cannon. So there's this cannon.
Cannon?
Yeah, it's like a statue type thing. It's based in like center of campus. And it's just tradition that is painted like every night by a different group or organization, or just like a gang of friends, really.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's
not
different.
A wall, but a cannon. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know why it's a cannon. It just is.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to stake your territory like the night before. You get ready, like bring your paint along with you, and depending on kind of the time of year, if there's events going on, it can. Kind of the painting can be related to that.
Right.
So mine just kind of doing that, like staking out one night with a bunch of friends and just painting it. So
that's memorable.
Yeah, it's kind of like to be part of the ritual of like the school and.
So you mark your territory. And what did you write on it or paint? What did you say?
I don't even remember. I just remember that it was really fun and there was blue paint and.
Is the paint provided?
No, you bring your own.
Oh.
You like stake your chair out and you like wait for dark to go and you just paint.
I think that's the good thing about like university experiences. Like it's these little events and these little like gatherings of people, whether you're with a club or whether it's just done on leisure, that really kind of define your experience. So whether it's like academically or socially or
totally,
you know, it's just like it's these kinds of things that are so important.
Yeah, it's a good way, like a bonding experience too. Like if you do it like orientation week or something like that, it's really, really fun to do.
Wow, you guys got lucky because
I
have nothing, no social experience whatsoever.
Really?
Academic only. I can't even think of. I've never gone to even the McMaster pub.
Really?
Nothing. I go to
Did
school.
You, like, sporting
I come
events
back.
Or anything?
No, I what team? The only time I knew we had a gym was when we had to do exams, and I found out the gym is there.
No way.
That's the only time I know.
Don't you have like a football field or something?
You tell me.
I don't know where it is though.
Well,
I have no idea. I'm not involved, and I
guess this is an opportunity right here to realize that you still have a lot of time left.
Yeah, you guys sound like you had fun and you guys actually did stuff. Like, no, I go to school, literally take the bus, go to school, come back home, and that's my day. And
Did you make maybe like a special bond with a professor or something like that, like through academics?
not to do something social, more like, oh, I'm gonna hand in my paper late or something. But that's it.
5% off.
Yeah, but guys, those were amazing stories, and we'll be right back right here on the chat. Welcome back to the chat. Joining us, we have Enam and Ashley, who actually started a sorority at McMaster University.
Hi, thanks
Hi.
for having us.
Thank you.
You are more than welcome to come back anytime. So tell me a little bit about your organization or sorority that you guys started.
Okay.
Sure. So our organization is called Nu Omega Zeta Sorority.
Oh.
It is a Black-focused sorority at McMaster's campus that was founded by myself and 6 other founding mothers in 2011 in September. And we sort of work on 3 pillars, which are knowledge, volunteerism, and sisterhood. And those are sort of our philosophies and driving forces and what we do and our events that we hold.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so for people at home, especially even for myself, what is the difference between a sorority and a club?
Sure. We really like that question because it's a valid question.
Yeah.
Greek life is really not as emphasized here in Canada as it is in the States. So a club sort of covers a broad range of interests such as dance clubs, history clubs, and educational clubs, while Greek life and sororities focus more on sisterhood and bringing together community. So that's sort of the defining factor. We focus on bringing together women of the same thought and the same pursuit of I guess what they want to get out of their undergraduate career and build a strong relationship. So the ladies that I founded the sorority with, we started off just sort of kind of knowing each other, but I consider them my sisters at this point. So that's something that's really cool about having a sorority.
Okay, and Ashley, what example are you guys trying to set with this sorority?
We're trying to set an example of, just give me 1 second here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not necessarily setting an example, but trying to break barriers.
Right.
I'm not sure if you notice, but females in general, when they see other females, they'll be like, oh, who is she? Oh my God. I'm not going to say hello to her. But being involved in the sorority, I can say that it's opened up, it has broken down many barriers in the fact where I see a person who came out to one of our events, I'm now saying hi, and they're not feeling weird to come out and express anything that's going on with them, and it's just a whole new experience.
It's like a whole supportive sisterhood.
Exactly,
And that's so
exactly.
important.
Definitely.
And so where do you guys hope to see this going in the future? Or
Yeah, when we first started it was literally just the 7 of us, and we tried our best to do what we could, but the university doesn't quite recognize Greek life, so it's quite an underground movement. So we've had to sort of find really creative ways to have our events. Moving forward, gaining more sisters. So now we have about 20 sisters within the sorority over these past years, and we're hoping to build that. And myself and some of the founding mothers are graduating this year, so we'll be able to start our alumni chapter. So we're slowly trying to pick up speed and sort of get our name out there.
okay,
Yeah.
how many are there other sororities on campus?
Off the top of my head, we have 4 or 5 other sororities
Not
and
many.
another 4 or 5 fraternities.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So does this only apply to McMaster students, or how do people join? Or do you guys just can other people join this particular one?
Okay, I'm going to answer that in, I guess, a creative way. So first of all, there's Nu Omega Zeta Sorority, which is the sisters. Yes, you have to be a McMaster student and a female to be a part of Nu Omega Zeta. However, there's Nu Omega Zeta, the community. And so that is getting everyone else involved. So whether that will be through the Hamilton community, through the McMaster community, through the various events that we host. So for example, we brought Queen C and One Sisters Get Together onto campus for the discussion of Black Girl Summit. So it's talking about how we feel as sisters in today's society. And so that got involved the community of Hamilton and the community as in McMaster community. And so that's various ways of getting people involved in Nu Omega Zeta.
Okay, so just to clarify something, if let's say I went to McMaster,
Yes.
which I do.
Mad pride.
Say hi to me, please see me. So let's suppose I switched, I joined, and then I didn't want to be a McMaster anymore, and maybe I wanted to do my master's elsewhere. And then I said, guys, I want to open the same sort of thing. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's very true. So Nu Omega Zeta is really special in the sense that it's the first Black-focused sorority in Canada. So we are looking for branching out opportunities and starting the same things at different universities. Once you graduate, you'll actually be part of an alumni chapter, which is kind of like an all-collective. So it doesn't sort of matter where you go for grad schools, you'll always be part of Nu Omega Zeta, the sorority. But in terms of joining and then moving, if you have to transfer for third year or something like that, we have strict rules in terms of Greek life where you have to be from that same university to be a part of this chapter. But if you were to move, we would definitely work with individuals who want to start the same thing and see the same need on the campuses they're going to and do the same thing.
Okay, and so if somebody, who do you talk to get that started? Do you talk to the dean?
In terms of other schools, for example, UFT or U of Ottawa have very big Greek life systems where they actually work through their university. So that would be a letter to the dean or even a letter to their club system where they would sort of try to find that balance. And with working with us and our membership and recruitment executive, that would be how we expand through to other universities.
Excellent. So is there anything else you guys, what stories can you tell me about some fun events that you guys have done?
Sure. Okay, so bringing it back to your question on how do I get involved in Nu Omega Zeta, we are trying to host a high school event on campus during March break for female students to come and kind of get integrated into McMaster. So we're going to bring them to a lecture, have a mini clubs fest for them, as well as introduce them to sorority life.
So you just want to alter their minds to choose McMaster as a
It's a
school.
little bit biased.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
And is there a fee for them to join?
Yes. So Greek life does operate off of a fee basis. It's very different here as opposed to the States. So right now we're operating at a bit of a lower fee. I don't know if we quite discussed that fee. It's part of our constitution, but there is a small fee to join, and that gets you covered for all of our events. Our sisters get in for free. Our swag, like our T-shirts, our sweaters, and our letters, is all covered under that fee.
And I wanted to touch on something when you mentioned that it is a Black-focused. Does that mean only African Canadians can join?
No. So that's a major misconception of Black focused. Yeah, so it's Black focused in the sense that what we do and what we strive to accomplish within Nu Omega Zeta is to sort of discuss the issue of Black here on campus. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be Black to join. So we have quite a big community of individuals who understand sort of like the day-to-day struggles of what we're going through, who come out to all of our events and want to rush, and they're not Black. So I think it's a really interesting sort of dynamic to see that come out, and people are always a little like weary when they ask about it, and we're like, we're an open sorority, any female can join. It's just come in with the knowledge knowing that we will be talking about Black issues and Black-focused events.
And even with that said, you find that many women from various different cultures have the same struggles that we're going through and so on and so forth. So anyone can relate to.
Yeah. Well, in that note, thank you so much for joining me, and we will be right back for the chat. I want to thank my guests today for joining us, and I would also want to know how people can reach you on social media.
Okay, so we have various different avenues, such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all Nu Omega Zeta. We also have email, which is nuomegazeta.hamilton@gmail.com.
Okay.
And we also have a website, which is www.nuomegazeta.com.
Thank you for tuning in, and as always, keep illuminating, and we'll see you back next time.